What's going on, everybody? Doc here, Average Gamer Guys, back again, picking up where we left off in our Premier Draft of Bloomburrow. If you didn't catch the draft, go catch the other episode, and we got this pretty insane Bats deck. We got double Zoraline, Moonrise Cleric, Starlight Soothsayer, we got the Starseer Mentor, we got a nice suite of removal, and our life gain synergies here are pretty good. Brightblade Stout, Carrot Cake. We got a couple of other just good additions to the deck. Osteomancer Adept at rare as well. One of my favorite cards, Bandit's Talent, is also making an appearance here. So we have done very, very well. Again, if you want to check out the draft, go check out the last video we posted. But we are currently sitting 3-0. So we're going to try to rack up these 4 wins. We'll see if we can't pick ourselves up a trophy. Continue to grind up. We actually just hit gold for the first time on Arena, which is really, really cool in Limited. So I'm going to continue that streak. Just been loving this set. Absolutely loving it. So let's get into some games, see how we finish. All right, opponent goes first, and I really like our hand here. We're going to need to do some things. We need 1 mana. But we can Bandit's Talent quickly here. Force a discard. I think next turn we Daggerfang Duo, just to represent a good block against Bare Knuckle Boxer. Very Cultivator, very good. Ooh, if they expend 4. Yeah, we're okay with that. I am not going to mill. The world in which they expend 4. Oh. I'm going to just do this. I don't want them having an indestructible creature. All right, now I think we go this route. Let's power this up. We have decent blocks here. Corpse Cultivator, they can make bigger. Do we run into the trick, is the question. No, I'm not going to block because Moonrise Cleric gets in. I like... do I want to surveil or do I want to represent the blocker here? Let's pop. Let's do this, and then we can Nocturnal Hunger. I don't mind trading Osteomancer Adept, mostly just for the fact that I'm not going to be able to forage. I'm going to block here. Then I'm going to gift the food. Let you do that. You can have the food on me, 'cause that's dead. All right. Gain a life. Pop him for 2. I actually feel like I power this up. This is really forcing them to keep the cards in their hand. And I'm under no pressure at this point now. So if they have a double spell turn... What are they getting back here? Yeah, so this is going to be where this really plays off big for us. I get the 2 cards. I can Banishing Light this. Brightblade Stout. Now we're just rolling here. We'll keep chumping away, getting the life, have them lose life. I'm gonna start getting massive card advantage here off of Bandit's Talent, as long as they're playing something. They were keeping that in their hand, I'm guessing, for a while. Yeah, this is huge right here. Extra cards is so good. I feel like I attack with the Brightblade. Why not gain the life? I could run into a combat trick if it dies. Whatever. Pump our life total back up. That seems fine. Gain it anyways. If they take out Brightblade, like I said, big deal. Then we can double Starlight here. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that. They have to find a reason or a way to get rid of Bandit's Talent here. Forge makes sense. They'll draw. They can hold on to the card. Good game. Once we stabilize with this and we have a Bandit's Talent online and rolling, so good. All right, I am on the play here. I have to hope for a white mana. I don't think there's a reason not to take this. With Nocturnal Hunger and Daggerfang duo, if we can get lucky and draw into a Plains, then we get Brightblade on really quickly. If we don't, we still have some options, so that's okay. Daggerfang represents a really good blocker. We drew a land, not the one we needed. We might be stuck here. This might have been a really bad keep. All right. I maybe should have thought about Starlight Soothsayer, but I think this is okay. I block here. Let's get the trade. Seems fine. Sure. They can expend 4 here. That's nice. It's a good attack. Yep, they can. No blocks. We get any mana. So here's the tough part now. Gains first strike. We're going to try to 2-for-1 here with Nocturnal Hunger. I need to get Veteran Guardmouse off of the battlefield. This was a rough keep. Now, again, we find a mana. Find a land, any land. Gives us a double spell turn. If it's a white, that's really, really good for us. I'm gonna not... wait. I'm gonna gift. I don't think they have anything that can... Well, black. What's that spell? Lizard Scales? They can gift it to me. Trigger this. I could potentially... Okay, I was gonna say, if I ran into a trick there, I could potentially have eaten a lot of damage. Because they could have made it indestructible. First strike, give it its scry. But we, fortunately for us, did not run into that problem. Okay. I'm gonna get this guy out. Because I can start gaining and then surveilling, which is really important. I'm not gonna end up blocking here, so what do they got? Burn spells? That's not the one that you want to use that on, if they have any kind of removal spell. I wouldn't think. Maybe. The ability for me to surveil is pretty good. I'm also wondering if they're tied up on mana, like we are. I'm confused what's happening here. Sure. Yep. Make use of the mana. I wouldn't be surprised if they're 3-color, to be honest. Because what are they not playing? You gotta have something to play for 5 mana to get your Roughshod duo ramped up. I'm not blocking, so do your thing. If you had a play, maybe they're flooded? Why would you not have played that first? I'm confused. All right, planes. So now we do this. Vanishing Light, Drilled Sharpshooter. The Roughshod duo I'm really not afraid of. We're going to attack. Gain a life. Start popping in some damage here. We took out their ability to block the flyers. That's good. That was a good play. That was a good play. But Osteomancer Adept is going to get in. And now we can bring our Starlight Soothsayer back. We have the ability to forage. Not quite. We need one more card in the graveyard. We can early winter. We could Brightblade Stout. We have so many cards at 3 mana that, assuming we draw one of those, we're going to be able to double spell next turn. Brightblade Stout is a great blocker for Roughshod duo. Obviously, unless they expend, but if we can force them into doing that as a combat trick. Yeah, I'm taking the 3. Not going to block there. Moonrise Clerk's going to help to keep pumping in some damage. What are we doing here? I feel like Aaron's playing Arena and MTG at the same. Again, why would you not be doing this pre-combat? I feel like I get this online. Yeah, I'm just gonna get this online. That way I can keep attacking. Osteomancer Adept. That lets me forage to get my Soothsayer back. Now, again, I do have a double spell turn where I can Osteomancer, get my Starlight Soothsayer back, bring in Brightblade Stout, represent a good blocker for Roughshod duo for them to stop basically post-combating missing the damage. And again, why would they not do that? I'm not going to block. I mean, they don't know that I'm not going to block. Osteomancer Adept with Death Touch represents a really, really good blocker. But again, I don't care about the couple of damage. I'm essentially only taking 2 damage by the ability to get Moonrise Cleric here. I don't know why they wouldn't have kept that combat trick on their turn. Because now they could have played this, and then they could have played that. All right. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Sure. Why would you not have I don't. Listen. Yep. No blocks. Yep. I don't. I'm. My head has been scratched. Okay. So, here's what we do. We do I want to do this turn? No, I think I represent... Oh, I don't know that I care, because I'm going to get Brightblade Stout out. Or do we just jam what's in our hand? Maybe we just jam what's in our hand here. Yep, I'll gain a life. And Stout. All that seems fine. We're definitely keeping Zoraline on top. Because now this gives me another option. And I can actually profitably trade with Osteomancer Adept now. If they end up expending their Roughshod Duos. So this works out really nicely for me. And now we can just start getting in top-end damage here. Oh, I should have... That was dumb. I should have played him first. That's a mistake. That's fine. I am going to pay. Why would I not? And we get another Death Toucher back. This is actually better. It's legitimately better. And again, now... Do I care about Nettleguard? I think I'm wide enough, and I don't think it matters that we throw these into the graveyard. Because Zoraline's going to help us to do that. You can't give this Menace. But Menace doesn't do anything against a first strike creature. Everything has 2 power, obviously unless he expends for Roughshod Duo. But we have 2 Death Touchers. That was an interesting one. But a nice one. I feel like we played that pretty well outside of the issue. I should have played Zoraline before the attack because I'm basically getting the 2 life that we paid back. So I need to make sure I'm sequencing that correctly. Lots of frilled sharpshooters that we ended up taking out. Veteran Guard Mouse could have been really good for them. Again, they could have gotten some extra points of damage by playing and recognizing or forcing me to make the block with Osteomancer Adept, right? I want to take advantage of the tap ability here, but I didn't have enough to forage, so that part didn't make any sense to bring those things back. So forced me to sacrifice this, essentially. Obviously, getting to Zoraline then puts a total different flavor. Zoraline is just a way better Osteomancer Adept. It doesn't require foraging or anything like that. This just lets us get back the vast majority of creatures, so then we can have profitable blocks. And then sitting here, we're just able to build a board and go wide. They could have had a couple of additional points of damage on here, which, again, may have made the difference. All right, we are on the play here. Bandit's Talent, Waxwing Witness, Parting Gust, we can play. I think we keep. We're going to go Bandit's Talent quick here. Hopefully draw one of our three drops. We'll force a discard. We're going to have enough to play Waxwing Witness here on turn 4, so we need a 3-drop. Not the 3-drop we want. We'll keep up Nocturnal Hunger, actually. We'll Waxwayne Witness. This seems fine. Let's get something onto the field. I guess. How poorly does this go for me? Let's just power this all the way up. I'll take 2. I don't know if that was the right play, but we have the spells. Yep. And I'm not really too concerned about what they're playing here. I take the 1 damage. They have a combat trick. They got a combat trick. So I could just keep pressuring with this. I think this seems fine. Seems like they're getting flooded a bit. Although we're kind of in the same boat. We've gone through a lot of turns here this game without a lot of stuff happening. So... I can 2-for-1 this with early winter. I don't really care. The 1 damage isn't really bothering me. Sure, they'll get some little guys. I guess we'll just exile this. Smart. That was a good play. How they were able to do that for 1? Got it. Got it. Makes sense. Okay. Well. And we'll Zoraline. Nice. We just don't take a ton of damage here is the funny part. That was nice. That sets us back a turn. Ooh, Shoreline Looter. Very nice. And again, they're going wide, which makes sense. They're gonna play ahead of the homestead. If they end up double spelling here, though, that's where we're gonna start to see some really, really good action, and we're gonna start getting in for some really good damage. These both have flying and vigilance. They're gonna loot. Makes sense. They got a discard. Again, they double spell at any turn. Another Shoreline Looter. Here's where we start to get the big advantage. 2 cards. Beautiful. We can attack. I don't have anything to bring back. Decline. Gain life. Gain life. Next. Next. Pop. Pop. Little guard. End turn. Lose 2 life. This should be the game. They can attack with everything. Shoreline Strike. Get rid of one of these. Gain some life. Pass the blockers. Pass the damage. That resolves. Sure, they get to draw. Can't play anything. They're dead anyways. Unless they have some removal spells. Or some bounce spells, I guess. Woo! Bandit's Talent is so good. I keep saying it. I just... that card, when it gets online, is so freaking good. I don't know if the Nocturnal Hunger Parting Gust was the right play, but I needed to get this Reach creature out of the way here. And so this thing is really good. Exile another creature, return it to its battlefield. If they were able to get this and Head of the Homestead out, they're just making some insane plays. So I felt like best use for the mana. This thing is very, very good. Lily Splash Mentor is fantastic. That ended up being the right play because, again, then they don't have any flying protection, Shoreline Looter. I'm actually surprised they played both of these, right? I think one of the things to keep in mind with Bandit's Talent is trying to keep 2 cards in hand. That way you're not triggering both the life loss and the additional card. That additional card was really big for us, as I think it gave us maybe the extra Zoraline, but just being able to draw in and get that advantage each turn is just fantastic. And they didn't have a way to interact with it. So that was pretty good. They had some good resets. Dire Downdraft, the Tide. I haven't seen many people play the Tide, but that's really good. 2 target creatures in the owner's hands. Again, they can do this with their own creature, right? So they reset my board when I was able to play both of these, but they could have did this with Head of the Homestead, gotten additional bunnies on the battlefield, which would have been really good. They could have just went wide, kept attacking with all of them, but we were just able to pump in enough damage, and then again, Bandit's Talent giving us the edge there. Okay, I like it. I don't see a reason not to keep it. The only thing I would hope for, let's try to find maybe an early removal spell. And other than that, we're going to Brightblade Stout, Daggerfang Duo, Waxblade Witness. We got 4 mana. Pawn Prophet, sure. That thing doesn't bother me in the slightest. Ooh. We now can Starlight Soothsayer instead of Daggerfang Duo. Ooh, Patchwork Banner, really nice. This is going to be good. I have a feeling this is going to be a great match. That is really, really unfortunate. I think we have the Banishing Light here. The Patchwork Banner. Let's see what other frogs they get on the field here. Okay. Well... I'm gonna Daggerfang. I feel like I do need to Vanishing Light. This is gonna be tough. I think we're in for a tough one here. Or I think maybe we actually just Banishing Light the Towerport Mage. I'm not... The +1/+1 is not insignificant for us. right? Then they can do pawn profit here too, which is really smart. Yeah, that's good synergies. But our Daggerfang duo is representing a really good blocker here. What I don't want them to do is keep getting the ability to cycle cards and draw more cards. That's what I have to protect myself against. I think it's indestructible. I'm not super concerned about that. Now they can Lawn Stock Brawl. They can do some different things here against Daggerfang Duo. They could kill the Soothsayer. What I need... Ooh. Okay. Nice. That's good. We're going to take some damage here. Kind of shuts down our ability here to attack. So I'm going to need a removal spell, actually. Sonar Strike. Actually gets there. They have just drawn so many freaking cards, it's crazy. They just have all the options. I'm just really worried about all of the different combat tricks that they're going to be able to do here. This is a bird. This is a bird frog. This is a really good deck. I'm extremely impressed. This is run very nicely for them. Let's pop this thing, hopefully. No combat trick. They got one. I actually think this on the bottom. So I'm going to deal 4 damage. I gain some life, so I still get some advantage out of that. We don't take the damage, which is good. Now I'm in a little bit of a tough spot, though. Gosh, and they could just keep cycling this back and forth. All right, so now we're going to have to loop in Flower Village. I don't really know. I'm about to start taking some damage here, which is going to be rough. I gotta get a removal spell for this Sky Skipper duo. Consumed by Greed would be ideal. Yeah, it's going to actually extra be ideal here. Gosh, they're just drawing so many cards. It's crazy. Really good deck. Really, really good deck. I'm going to end up taking the 6 here. Consumed by Greed. That's the one we need. Ooh, Parting Gust. I can't play Parting Gust. I don't have double white. I'm gonna just chump with Starlight Soothsayer. That'll let me bring it back. I need a Plains. I need a Plains really badly. Their deck is so good. They've drawn through so many cards. Just very, very well put together. I mean, they went heavy frogs, blue-green. This is, I think, where blue really shines. The ability to do this. Yeah, and they could just keep pawn profiting. This is so good. It really is. I am exponentially impressed here. I'm just gonna get smoked here. But with Zoraline, I get a little bit of advantage, I guess. Okay, well. I think it's going to be one turn too late here. I will pay. I think I'm just dead. Pretty sure I'm just dead. Especially if they find any kind of bounce spell or anything. Nice. Indestructible is not good for me. It makes it not a profitable block. Oh, we just got we got out archetyped on this one. So I think there's a world in which we do something along this line. I feel like that's probably my only option-ish. So good. They just attack with everything. There's really nothing we can do. Yep. Good game. Very good game. Very good game. Unfortunately for us, that finishes it off. We did, so I may have showed one or two of the losses. We did take two very quick losses, and then we were able to rattle off 3 additional wins, which is nice. We didn't quite get to the trophy. We faced a really almost identical Bats deck early on that just out-tempoed us a little bit, actually got off to a little bit of a faster start. Then we ran into a pretty good black-green deck that presented some challenges. We were able to stabilize, but just couldn't quite get across the finish line. We picked up the wins that we probably showed you here, and then this last match was that was a fantastic deck. There's nothing I can really do about that. That is really, really well built. And I enjoyed it. Anytime we can go 6 wins, I'm very, very happy with that. Certainly go positive. 6-3, grab some extra gems, which is really, really nice. This deck was still fantastic. I think the only thing that I would have looked for, Osteomancer Adept wasn't quite as good as we wanted to. Zoraline is just a way better option than this. I don't think we had anything that we would have wanted to play instead of that, but maybe looking at this, swapping this out maybe with another Consumed by Greed, I think would have been really good, or another Nocturnal Hunger. The ability to just pop a creature would have been really, really nice in the deck. But other than that, very fantastic. Really enjoyed it. I love this. We'll definitely be jumping into some more Bloomburrow Draft and some sealed action, so be sure to stay tuned or flash some socials. Do the YouTube thing for me. It really does help me out. Appreciate that. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs, so if you could hit that button for me, thank you so much. That'll keep you up to date with all of the content that we're producing. So we got box openings if you enjoy those. We've got a whole bunch of stuff up on the channel or coming up. We do those every Wednesday and sometimes filter in some extras because we've got some content filmed for that. We're going to be jumping into Dustmore in here when it comes out. A couple of other really fun sets as well, so be sure to stick around for that. And like I said, lots more MTG Arena action. We got playlists for both, so if you want to check anything out, appreciate that. Likes and comments are always great. Be sure to catch you in the next one. Peace.